Hi, welcome back to Tailgate Talks. I'm Tyson Martmoss, and yes, Eric's not here. I'm going to be doing this one solo. Today we are standing out in a soybean field, and we're looking at some herbicide damage, and it can be one of many things. It could be that you simply applied the wrong herbicide. It could be you didn't charge your booms. It could be tank contamination, or it could be that a neighbor drifted on you. We're gonna diagnose where this herbicide injury came from and try to figure out what herbicide it is. So there's a couple things to look for. So if this was a contaminated tank or wrong herbicide for the treated soybeans, it would be the entire field. We're seeing damage here in the outside rows. Now let's walk towards the middle of the field to see if we walk out of this damage. The further north into the field I go, the better the soybeans look. We're seeing less and less damage on the leaves. So that tells me that it was not a sprayer tank contamination or wrong herbicide. So we're checking the ditch just south of our injured soybean field to see if there's any broadleafs that have also been injured. It might help us track down where the drift came from. And as you look at this milkweed, you're seeing some bleaching damage. Let's cross the road to see if that damage is on this side as well. You're also seeing the same type of damage here. So now we're looking at an affected plant, trying to diagnose what was drifted onto it. First thing I'm looking at is the top trifoliate, and I'm looking at all three leaves. So typically if it's dicamba, all three of the leaves will be cupped upwards. Is it enlist? There would be a strapping of the leaves and almost like an elongation. It kind of looks like makes the leaf look like an alligator nose. These affected plants don't have either of those, so we know it's not dicamba, which explains quite a bit, or 2,4-D damage. Let's see if it's group 14, your burner type of herbicides, your cadets, your cobras, your resource, your blazers. A lot of those herbicides are used on soybeans on purpose and will show a crop response. It's mainly a browning of the leaves or a speckling, and it's the entire leaf. As I look at this, it's not really a browning, it's more of a bleaching. And the fact that it's just in the south 240 feet tells me this grower didn't spray Cobra or Cadet. So that rules out those products. Also, since the damage is just in the south part of the field, that rules out carryover from last year's chemical, which would have been harness, because this is a cornfield. And a lot of times harness damage, it'll show like a misshaping, almost like a heart-shaped leaf on the top, which this is not. Now let's try to diagnose if this is group 27 herbicide drift. You'll see a bleaching effect, either yellowing or whitening of the top, the new leaves. And as I look at that, that's exactly what I'm seeing here, is a bleaching of the new leaves. When we had looked at the ditch to the south here on some of that milkweed, that was exactly what it is showing. You're really able to see the bleaching effect there. So more than likely, the neighbor to the south, which has corn, sprayed a group 27, and there's probably a little wind, and it just carried it across both ditches 240 foot into this field. For those of you that thought it was a group 27, you're a winner. You win a thumbs up. Do I think these soybeans are gonna be damaged and a complete disaster? No, I think if we get some rain, I think they'll come out of it. Sometimes soybeans like a little stress and will actually put yield on. I guess we won't know that until we're out here combining these fields to see if the damage added yield or subtracted yield. If you have any questions on drift or herbicide damage, reach out to your local FCS agronomist and they'll help you through it. Thank you for joining me today. Have a good one.
Guess who's back?
Tailgate Talks is back.
Hi.
You got this. Hi, what are you doing, man? Welcome back to Tailgate Talks. Thanks for joining us.